Now, Chief, you said earlier that you think corruption is a cancer in this society.
I agree with you.
My question is this: if you are going to fight corruption, surely it is important that you have a level playing field and the rules are applied equally across board. And I use the example of the Petroleum Minister, Mrs. Allison-Madueke,
yes,
who has had several reports basically talk about entrenched corruption in some of the parastatals agencies that she supervises. For example, we had the Ribadu report, we've had the 90 investigations. Nothing has been done. And the president has said there will be an audit now, but she is supervising the agencies while an audit is taking place.
Thank you.
She has not been asked to step aside while the investigation is taking place.
I think you people are very unfair to her. People, number one, believe that Mrs. Madueke should not have been appointed Minister of Petroleum because she's an Ijaw, because she comes from the same place with Mr. President. That's why I said the former presidents, two of them, appointed themselves ministers of petroleum, in addition to being president. Number two, you believe that when NNPC is accused of corruption, there's something there. Nobody has probed NNPC and found it guilty. Perhaps you forgot. Ribadu you are talking about. Who appointed Ribadu to go into probe NNPC or to go into NNPC? It was the same Diezani.
And then she ignored him.
No. He did not ignore him. Nobody forced him to appoint Ribadu because her conscience is clear. That's why she appointed Ribadu, a one-time investigator into corruption in this country. A one-time presidential candidate against Mr. President, who appointed Diezani. So Diezani appointed Ribadu to that position. Ribadu has reported, Ribadu did not find anything against Diezani as a person.
He found many things wrong.
Like what? Like what?
And the way in the
like what?
Of NNPC leakages for funds.
You are now saying that if today Nigeria Port Authority or NIMASA is probed and they are found guilty, is the minister who should resign.
What I'm saying is whoever is in charge, the box starts with that person. It's like saying whatever is wrong in
Diezani is a chairman. Diezani is a part-time chairman of NNPC. The group managing director and the executive directors are in charge of NNPC. And I'm ready for Diezani to resign. And I will advise her to resign if the investigation points to her that she took so money.
Let's even assume that by your standards,
yes,
that you where you're right and she is not directly in charge. What about the MD of the NNPC and all the other agencies indicted? Nobody has been asked to step aside.
If today anybody finds something against the Minister of Petroleum and she doesn't resign, our own people will ask her to resign.
But how would they find something when she's supervising the investigation?
Which investigation? She is not supervised. Did she supervise Ribadu? Why did Ribadu not mention her name?
Let me give you another example.
Yes.
Mrs. Allison-Madueke.
Yes.
When there was a problem at SEC,
she's on an
she was asked to step aside while investigations were concluded on her agency. And when the investigations were concluded, she came back, and as we speak today, lo and behold, she's still in charge of SEC. Why can't that same standard not be applied to the petroleum ministry?
Why are you talking about double standard? The same president was criticized by the National Assembly. They withheld her location in the national budget because she was not removed from office. These are two different cases. What I'm saying is that Diezani is from Bayelsa State. Bayelsa State produces about 1/3 of the oil in this country. And people who have not known where oil is produced have been ministers of petroleum. Nothing happened to them. Why is it double standard?
You don't have any.
This country belongs to all of us.
No. So if she is corrupt, because Bayelsa produces 1/3, she should remain in.
Do you know why we want to go to national conference? Listen. Do you know why we want to go to national conference? To settle some of these irregularities. Nobody has mentioned Diezani in any report, either in the the one they did in January 2012 subsidy. Nobody found her guilty. You know that. This one again, nobody has found her guilty. The moment her name is mentioned by any inquiry, we will advise her to withdraw because we are decent people.
Okay, so what is your recommendation for how to deal with the deep-seated corruption that is clearly taking place in the NNPC and in the oil and gas sector?
No. President said, let's find out about this $20 billion. President has said that forensic examination should be carried out. Experts should be brought in. Independent auditors should come in. When that is done, we will find out who signed this, who signed what. At the end of it, if the minister is involved, she will go. Nigeria does not belong to her alone. She will go. People who are corrupt in this country are the people parading themselves, accusing Jonathan's government of corruption. And I've asked, Jonathan should have the courage and the political willpower to prove these people. Some of them will be behind the bar.
You are saying, hand on your heart, you're sure it's not a corrupt government?
It's not more corrupt than any other government that existed in Nigeria.
We're taking a break. When we return, we discuss the 2015 elections and why, in Chief Clark's view, the president has every moral right to stand for re-election. Join us after the break.